Good morning students, this is Bhuvaneswari, Assistant Professor from the Department of Commerce. Today we are going to see about voucher. So voucher is nothing but according to Joseph Lancaster, a voucher may be defined as any documentary evidence by which the accuracy of book entries may be substantiated. That is what they are saying here is that voucher is a document which is serving as an evidence for some claimed transaction as a receipt or expenditure of money, etc. For example, bills, invoice, receipts, salary and wage sheet, pay-in slip, checkbook or trust sheet. These are some of the examples of voucher. So when auditor is examining a voucher, what are all the points he need to remember? That is what we are going to see here. Points to be remembered while examining a voucher. First point is in the name of the company. That is, the voucher should be made in the name of the employer of the concern. Next point, printed. It should be as far as possible it should be in a printed form. It should not be in a written form. Next, serial number. All the vouchers should consecutively numbered and fill in the order of the entries in the various book. Next important thing is date. The auditor should check the date and the name of the party to whom the voucher is issued, the name of the party issuing the voucher and the amount, etc. So for all this, the important thing is date. There in a voucher date should be mentioned. Next is stamped. The voucher which are inspected by the auditor should be cancelled by the stamp. So if not, it should be produced again. So stamp is very important in vouching. Next is it should be related with the firm. The auditor should pay special attention to these vouchers which are in the personal name of one of the partners or directors or managers or officers of the company. So whatever they are buying, it should be related with the firm and not their personal one. Next is special mark. So some vouchers which may be required a detailed checking, the auditor should be able to put in special marks so that he can check them very carefully, or even he can be able to discuss it with some of the senior auditors. Next is signature of the responsible officer. The auditor should see that every voucher passed correctly must be responsible, and the senior officer of the concern under rubber stamp and the signature should be checked. That is for every transaction, that is for every voucher, signature should be there. Next is revenue stamp. We all know what we mean by revenue stamp. If the amount of the voucher exceeds ₹20, it must be stamped. The auditor should know that whether this voucher is stamped or not. Next is no help of the employees. The auditor should not take any help from the employees of the concern while they are checking the voucher, because employees may do some mistakes while doing that. That is, they may do in the favor of their company. Next is related with the business. The auditor should see that the payments made by the concern related to the business or not. That is, it should not be any personal voucher should not be submitted to the auditor. Next is amounts in words and figures. The auditor should also see that the figures and the words of the amount in the vouching should be the same. Next is important points to be noted. A note should be made for the transaction which required further verification of any other evidence. For example, there may be a memorandum of associations and articles of association, prospectus, partnership deed, etc. Next, invoice, no voucher. The received invoice should not be accepted as a voucher, because there is a biggest difference between the invoice and voucher. On any cost, the auditor should not take invoice as a voucher because of the chances of the double payment. And there may also be a credit purchase and the second time in the form of cash purchase. So these confusion should be avoided. Next is mutilated vouchers. If the vouchers mutilated or there is any cutting in the figures of amount, then the auditor should not accept such vouchers unless it is signed by any senior or responsible officer of the company. Next is paper, no vouchers. Pad paper should not be accepted as vouchers, that is the silly notepad should not be accepted as vouchers, because chances of dishonesty may be there, because we don't know it can be returned by anyone else, so that there may be any dishonesty. Next is time of payment. While checking the voucher for like insurance, rate of taxes, etc., the auditor should see that the paid period for which the payment has been made. If the payment are made in advance, then the auditor should see that the correct adjustments are made or not. And there are also some other things which need to be taken into concern, that is about the capital of the concern. The auditor should see that which amount the payment is posted, that is whether it is capital or revenue, and most importantly the revenue should be of the same year. That is, the auditor should see that the voucher are related on the same year in which the auditing is going on, that is for on which year, on for which financial year he is doing auditing, that financial year's vouchers only he should be verifying. Thank you.